Please do not cry, my dear. Your daddy is still very here. And when I do bust out, we can re-spread the random fear. Our joy will be their pain as their world drowns in chocolate rain. 'Cause I am your daddy Discord, and riding the ponies all the same. 'Cause I'm your daddy disco, and
I am a piece of you.
oh, that's my version. Oh, simple spawn of mine, without you I would be so lost. You have stuck by my side.
No matter what the tragic cost, my
Crazed imagined thoughts have given me a newfound strength. 'Cause
I'm
my daughter's Scribble, and I'm breaking out of there.
Daddy, you're alive!
I'm free once again. May Equestria return to its natural chaotic state. Come, my little abomination, we have work to do.
I missed you, Daddy.